College football in today's landscape is a very fickle world of uncommittals and swapping sides, decommits, and it would be very easy for the 2024 recruiting class for the Clemson Tigers to perhaps have some cold feet looking at the state of the program right now and the state of the team at 4-3, 2-3 in the ACC. It would be very easy for some of these kids to listen to the outside noise, allow themselves to be negatively recruited by opposing coaches, and maybe get in their ear just a little bit that, hey, you should flip from Clemson, you should come here. And you know what? This 2024 recruiting class has thoroughly restored my faith in the young men that are playing high school football now that Clemson is going after, because not only is this a talented recruiting class, they are the true epitome of what it means to be all in. And we're coming back, dropping a special video of Around the Paw, and we're going to talk about what we believe is a very, very special group that is coming into Clemson next year with the class of 2024, and what this group could mean to Clemson, what they have resolved themselves to achieve once they put on the Clemson orange and the tiger paw. And I think it should give everybody a lot of excitement for what lies ahead. As down and out as everybody is right now, there's cause for optimism, and it starts with these young men. I'm Garrett Mitchell, and I'm joined tonight by Clifton Kennedy. It's the dynamic duo here tonight on Around the Paw. What's up, Cliff?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
What's been going on in your world? Hey, it's the weekend's almost here, baby. So that's always puts you in a good mood, right?
Yeah, it definitely does, man. We got one day till the weekend, bro, and another Clemson football game. I'm pretty excited.
Absolutely. Hey, high school football Friday nights, the Friday Night Lights, and then the Tigers would take on NC State at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So a lot to be excited about in the short term, but a lot to be excited about in the long term as well. And look, I think we can safely say that this 2023 season is not exactly going the way that we hoped that it would in Clemson. And the fact is that we have some very, very talented young men committed for the 2024 recruiting class. And it's one of the best, I think, when you look at the recruiting classes under Dabo Swinney, this is one of the highest rated classes that he's had committed. And you know what? You see kids in today's landscape of college football decommitting, flipping, going all over the place, chasing NIL dollars, and it's kind of become more of a me mentality when it comes to where they end up playing their college football at. So I think it would probably be justified for some Clemson fans to worry a little bit about where, do these 2024 guys, are they strong in their commitments? Are they wavering at all? Because I think it would be very easy for young, impressionable high school athletes to maybe have a little bit of trepidation given how this season's going.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I've said from the beginning, these guys are pretty tight-knit, and I've been asked by several people, especially after this Miami game that we just saw, that they wouldn't be surprised. They asked me, they were like, would you be surprised if, you see some flip? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't see that with this group. I mean, they're pretty tight-knit. They retweet everything from everybody. They're talking on a daily basis from what I can see, or maybe a weekly basis. And I mean, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And if anything, this is to perhaps, put to bed some of the fears or worries that the Clemson fan base might have, because we've combed through Twitter. Yeah, we're still calling it. We'll always call it Twitter. It's not X, it's Twitter.
Yeah, it's not X. It's Twitter.
But we've been combing around Twitter, and we've been stalking some of our 2024 recruits to see what they've had to say as they weigh in on how this season's going and what they feel like the future can hold. And we just want to spotlight some of the messages that these young men have put out there and what their feelings are toward the Clemson program and what they're looking forward to once they get on campus. And I tell you what, Cliff, if anybody was worried, you take a look at some of these tweets and messages out there, then I think you should probably feel a lot better than maybe you do right now. And we're going to start. You've got Nolan Hower. This young man is from Hugh High School. It's in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. He's one of the top-rated kickers in the country. And we talked about how tight-knit this 2024 class is. Well, Cliff, bring this picture up here. And this was Nolan Hower tweeting this out just a few days ago. And look at that. He posts this picture on here, and it's a large portion of this 2024 class all together. And he simply says, all in. And that is the prevailing message that we've seen from all of these young men who will be coming in next year. The struggles this season does not seem to phase this group, Cliff. And if anything, it seems to have strengthened their resolve to come in and be the ones who change the fortunes of the program.
Yeah, I think so. They see the struggle this year, and they think they got in their mind that they're the class that's going to turn it around. I fully believe that could happen, as tight knit as these guys are.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just I'm so happy to see some of the things that we're reading from these guys. And another young man that is just reaffirming his excitement to get on campus is running back commit David Eziume. And Eziume, he just tweeted this out. Let's see, what's the date stamp on this? This is only a couple of days. October 26th.
October 26th. It was about 7 hours ago.
It's his acceptance letter to Clemson. And you can see it right there. It's, congratulations. We are pleased to inform you you have been provisionally admitted to Clemson University in the spring of 2024. So I'll tell you what, this is another young man that's part of this recruiting class that not only is firm in his commitment, he's happy to be coming into Tiger Town. And that enthusiasm, Cliff, I just feel like it's palpable amongst these guys. And, they formed a brotherhood already. And if they're this close before they're even together on campus, I can't wait to see how close they become a year from now.
Yeah, for real. I mean, with David, it really does surprise me because he'll be third, not necessarily third string, but I mean his freshman year, if they don't redshirt him, he'll be third string unless he can beat Shipley or Maffa out. And I mean, it's been in high school. Who knows what'll happen?
Right. And, you never know if Shipley or Maffa or both will still be on the roster next year. So, I certainly think one of them probably will be, given how things have gone this year. But, it gives you confidence that the running back position's in good hands in the years to come. And there's a talented guy coming in the class of 2025 as well. He's 2 years away. But, in the short term, David Eziume is another young man that just has that excitement about becoming a Clemson Tiger. And it's not just Hower and Eziume. We've got a bunch of other guys as well. And, I think one that coming out of the Miami game, and there was talk in the press box at Miami that one of the top 2 rated recruits in this 2024 class is Midlothian, Texas wide receiver Bryant Wesco. He's a 5-star guy. And there had been some talk or some speculation that was being passed around and circulated that there were other schools that were in his ear and were negatively recruiting him against Clemson. And this kid's from the state of Texas. And you see the Texas Longhorns having a resurgent season. Oklahoma and Brent Venables are nearby. Now, that's not to say that I think Brent Venables would negatively recruit against Clemson. I don't think that he would. Certainly, I think he holds Clemson in too high of regard. He's and is great friends with Dabo Swinney. So, that's not the assumption or the presumption that we would make there. But, it would be very Bryant Wesco is one of the top 2-3 receivers in the country. It would be very, very easy and probably likely that teams are in his ear trying to pry him away. Well, Bryant Wesco shut that down in a hurry over the weekend. And this was just about 24 hours after the loss to Miami, with speculation circulating whether or not he would decommit or at least reopen his recruitment. Excuse me. Wesco puts this out on Twitter. While I'm thankful for all of the coaches and schools that recruited me, I am 100% locked into Clemson. My recruitment is closed. That's about as cut and dry and final as you can get, Cliff. And I tell you
Yep.
what, that should make Clemson fans very, very happy. And if you live and breathe and sleep Clemson football like we do, then you should be able to put your head on the pillow and sleep a little more soundly.
Yeah, it definitely helps me put my head on the pillow like you were talking about, because this is something that we really need coming into next year. We need a guy who can come up and maybe high point the ball. Not to say that we don't have a guy like that now, but we just hadn't seen it. And I think Wesco would be one of those guys who could maybe possibly do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's not the only elite wide receiver in this class. The other, another being TJ Moore from Florida. And we've seen TJ Moore as well, including TJ's mom, tweeting and retweeting a lot of positive messages about Clemson. I believe he retweeted out the same thing that David Eziume did, being accepted to Clemson. And it's just, you see that brotherhood retweeting messages of support from his fellow members of the 24 class.
Yep.
And the comments and everything else. And, these are guys that genuinely are very excited to be Clemson Tigers. And like I said, the struggles of this year, it doesn't seem to discourage them. It seems to make them stronger. And they want to be the ones and have publicly stated that they will be the ones to come in and turn Clemson football around and back into the national championship contender that they strive to be, have been, and strive to be. And frankly, I think the desire and the work ethic and the want to is a major part of the battle and one of the major steps in making that happen. These guys have that, and they possess that quality, and that it's just so refreshing.
It really is. I mean, because like you said when the video started, in today's world, people commit and decommit. But one thing I think with Dabo, at least, he doesn't go recruit just anybody, right? And when he goes into somebody's house, he doesn't just offer it right away. I think he wants to he goes in and he talks to them and makes sure that, they are committed and that they do want to come to Clemson. And then, then he goes and sends the commitment out. Correct?
Yeah, right. And it's a policy that Coach Swinney has had. Once you're committed to Clemson, you can't take any other visits. And that's not to say that kids can't take other visits, but what that means is they have to officially decommit if they want to take other visits. Now, they can come back and recommit later, but you can't go and take other visits if you've already committed to Clemson and are actively committed to Clemson. And to see these guys, they're not scheduling other visits. They're not even hinting that they'll go take other visits. And when you see things like what Bryant Wesco has put out, my recruitment is 100% closed, that pretty much slams the door on any opposing coach that would even hint that he's going to come in and try to recruit him away from the Tigers. And I tell you what, I think other coaches probably need to get it in their minds that you're not going to come in and get these guys because, they're going to band together when they get in Tiger Orange. They're going to band together and come beat your ass instead of coming to play for you and get their ass beat.
Yep. And I don't know if you said this or not, but we have an article on our website interviewing TJ's mom. So go check that article out. It's in the recruiting section of our website. So go check that out and read what she has to say.
Yeah, and that's at clemsonsportsmedia.com. And not just that, there's lots of great stuff on there. So go check us out there. Well, Clifton, we're going to end the video with this one. And as always, we like to save the best for last. And we're going to go back. This was at the Florida State game. And Sammy Brown actually tweeted this after the Florida State game was over, after the Tigers had suffered a dramatic, heartbreaking overtime loss, which at the time was their second loss of the season. This is a group of the 2024 commits that were in attendance for that game, and Sammy Brown is right there in the middle of them. And look what he has to say. David Eziume was the one who tweeted this on September 24th. Sammy Brown quote tweeted it, and I think the dual message is fairly emphatic. David Eziume says, the 2024 boys will shock the world. And then Sammy Brown quote tweets it, you know. And that's the mentality, Clifton, that this group has. They are coming into Clemson. They're happy to be Clemson Tigers, and they are going to shock the world. So, Clemson fans, yes, it's bad right now. And yes, it's hard to watch at times. We're all frustrated. But the cavalry is coming. It's on the way. And I, for one, cannot wait to have the class of 2024 on campus in uniform and watching them play in Death Valley.
Yes, me too. This class is stacked, and it's going to be awesome.
So, Clemson fans, don't worry. Don't fret. The class of 2024 is on the way, and we're all ready to see Clemson football climb their way back to the top of the mountain. And I tell you what, I'm an eternal optimist. I try to live glass half full all of the time. And I tell you what, I'm really excited about this group. I'm excited what the future has to hold. And I think you should be too.
Yep. It's going to be good. Just get ready because they're coming.
Absolutely. You get ready. It's coming. As we've heard Coach Swinney talk about bandwagons, don't jump off. Don't jump off because you might just get left behind and not be here to see what this class is going to accomplish. Well, before we sign off tonight, we do want to give a special shout out and a thank you to our sponsor, Arden's Burger Grill, 1280 18 Mile Road Central. We appreciate their support for us here at Around the Paw. Go check them out for all of your game day food needs. They're the home of their famous double dip wings. Best wings you'll find anywhere. We love them, and we know you will too. And they've got great mouth-watering burgers, sizzling grills, and everything that you need to keep yourself and your crew fed on Clemson Tiger game day. So check out our friends at Arden's Burger Grill, 1280 18 Mile Road Central. Well, Clifton, I tell you what, short video, but we felt like we wanted to come on here and just put something out there to for any Clemson fans, like we said, that may be worried just a little bit. Well, don't worry, because better days are ahead. And if the 24 class has anything to say about it, those better days are coming sooner rather than later. So
yes,
a lot to be excited about, buddy.
Yep, a lot to be excited about and a lot to look forward to.
All right, everybody, we're signing off here from Around the Paw. Don't forget, 2 p.m. on Saturday, Clemson Tigers and NC State Wolfpack kicking off at Carter Finley Stadium. And it feels like a good Saturday. The weather should be beautiful. Feels like a good Saturday to get back on track. And hopefully about 5:30 on Saturday, everybody's walking away with a better taste in their mouth than they were at 11:30 last Saturday night.
Don't forget to tell them that it's at 2 p.m. on the CW.
Yes, it's on the CW. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's channel 40, right?
Yes, channel 40 on I think that's correct on normal.
Yeah,
TV.
Channel 40.
So,
2 p.m. on the CW. That is channel 40, and you can check out the Tigers there. And as always, we always end every show here simply saying, "Go Tigers." I feel good about Saturday. Go check out our NC State preview episode that we did with a couple of our friends from NC State. They were Justin Grice, and those guys came on and really helped give a great breakdown of that game. That's up on YouTube now. Give us a like and subscribe at Clemson Sports Media on YouTube. You can check that one out too. We hope you enjoyed this one. Everybody, thanks for watching. We're signing off. And Saturday afternoon, it's time for Clemson football. As we always say, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.